Okay. What will happen is, Mr. Emil, I will introduce you first to the camera,
Yeah.
and after that,
Where's the mic?
no, there's no need to. This will capture everything
Okay.
because the acoustics is very clear here. So once I done my introduction, I'll turn to you and we'll start a conversation. You don't have to stare at the camera.
Okay. Yeah, I will not.
And you don't have to. But for
No,
now,
I'm used to that. Don't worry.
okay. So I'll take two takes. The first take is only about like less than 1 minute, just to practice, and after the second take we'll go all the way. So just now is the practice. So 1, 2, 3 tests. I'm Robin Stienberg. 1, 2, 3 tests. Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. 1, 2, 3 tests. Okay, I'll count to 3 and then we'll begin. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News. I'm Robin Stienberg and welcome to the Stienberg Review. Today we have a special guest with me who is from the Chateau, Kefraya, based in Lebanon. And we have Mr. Emil
Majdalani.
Majdalani. Okay, so that's a mistake.
No problem.
Take 2.
You know what? You say Mr. Emil, I say Majdalani. If you want.
No, it's okay. It won't be proper.
Majdalani.
Majdalani. Sorry.
Majdalani.
Majdalani. Majdalani. Mr. Emil Majdalani.
That's right.
Okay.
I will need the whole thing also, with the rushes and everything. Yeah, from you. Whenever we're done, it would be great if you can send me the whole recording.
This?
yeah. I want this. It's funny, you know. I would like to have it if possible. Okay, go.
Okay.
Majdalani. One more time.
Okay, Majdalani.
Yeah, that's right.
Majdalani.
Good.
Kefraya. Kefraya, correct?
Kefraya, Majdalani.
Yes. Kefraya, Majdalani. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. Hi, welcome to the National Critics' Choice Online News and welcome to the Stienberg Review. Today we have a special guest with me all the way from Lebanon. And it's none other than Mr. Emil Majdalani from the Chateau Kefraya. Mr. Emil is here in Singapore to introduce his wines and also to allow people in Southeast Asia to find out more about Chateau Kefraya's splendid wine based in Lebanon. Mr. Emil, welcome to our show. And
Thank you.
Please tell us more about Chateau Kefraya and what does it represent?
Sure. Thank you for welcoming me, first of all. It's a pleasure for me to be here. And it's the first time I come to Singapore. And I think it's a beautiful market for Chateau Kefraya. We are already in 45 different markets worldwide. And Singapore it was really a dream for me to come here one day and present the wines. Chateau Kefraya, for those who don't know it yet, is a winery that has now 35 years. It's 35 years old, but the vineyards started to be planted 50 years ago. I will be a little bit more historical for a certain moment. I have to mention that 6,000 years ago, the Phoenicians, my ancestors, already knew how to convert grape juice into wine. And they were among the pioneers in the wine field. So Lebanon is a homeland for the wine. And 6,000 years later, and after millennia where the Roman even were in Lebanon and were practicing a certain rite that was also around the wine, 50 years ago, some people decided to revive this tradition, to revive this culture of wine. And Chateau Kefraya was one of them. It was at the beginning quite difficult because the land, you know that the land has to be ready to welcome a certain wine. So we had to dynamite the terroir, we used bulldozers for that. We had to remove the rocks, the huge rocks that were under the soil. And all those operations took place until we obtained like a vineyard, a terroir ready to welcome this beautiful product that is wine. Um, now, okay, here it will be no problem.
So, about your chateau, how does your organization, employ some of the best experts around the world to to cultivate the land, and now today you produce some of the most splendid wines in the Middle East.
That's right.
Did you use winemakers from France or elsewhere?
The first winemaker in Chateau Kefraya was French, and the current winemaker is French as well. We all know that Bordeaux is like the temple of wine, and the know-how is very important. That's why we always tend to have winemakers that are up to the level, that have had enough experience to adapt to the Lebanese terroir and to be able to produce out of it the best quality possible. And this is happening actually. Today our winemaker is French. He's called Fabrice Guiberteau, and he has had some experience in Morocco and in Bordeaux as well. Yes.
Now, over at your Chateau Kefraya, has your organization started a mentoring program to mentor future winemakers from Lebanon itself. Is that in the making right now, or is that in the planning process, in the pipeline?
It's not really in the planning process, but we have more and more people knowledgeable about the wines in Lebanon. As I told you before, it's a very old culture. People are very concerned about it. People love it. We are in a country of wine lovers, and a lot of people are studying wine. And why not having a Lebanese winemaker later? It would be why not actually?
And are we going to see that happening in the near future?
I think so. I think so. Lebanese are so passionate about the wine. They love their land. They love their terroir. And some talents are coming, I'm sure.
Now, what kind of grape varietals that's going to come out from your chateau in the coming years?
Okay, what you have to know about Lebanon is that it's a country where we can use any grape variety. It's free. We are not restricted to certain grapes. So, and that's the most beautiful part of the job. It's that we can always experiment new varieties, experiment them, test them, verify that they are that they fit the conditions, and bring some more richness to those wines. So today we have 17 different varieties.
Oh, is that right?
Cabernet Sauvignon, Syrah, Chardonnay, Viognier, Sauvignon Blanc, Cabernet Franc, Marcelin, and Carmenère, Tempranillo. So we have varieties from all over the world, and those are contributing to the richness of the wines actually. And we are known to be the winery that always produces blends. We don't do any single vine wines. We don't do like monocépage, because we believe that wine is an art, and that the work of art is specifically this way of composing the wines using a palette, of different grape varietals, and composing a wine as an artist would do a painting, would compose a painting. So, and this is a work of art for us.
Now, for your Chateau Kefraya itself, what sort of the top 3 grape varietals, which is the blends, would you recommend for a first timer from Southeast Asia? If someone like myself,
Yes.
who is based here in Singapore, and you were to look up to your Chateau Kefraya, what would be the 3 grape varietals you would recommend for us to try?
Well, mainly the grape varietals that we use in our most premium wines are Cabernet Sauvignon, Shiraz, and also Chardonnay in the whites. So those are the 3 noble grapes that we use to produce the most qualitative wines, the top wines that we have actually. like the Comte de M that is here with us. And in the Comte de M we use Cabernet Sauvignon and Shiraz, which are two varietals that grow fantastically in Lebanon, and which produce beautiful blends that are and they are very complementary, actually.
Now, this coming vintage itself, I heard that you have the 2008 that's coming out very soon.
That's right.
And also, we're looking forward to your special vintages as well. Could you tell us, elaborate more about those vintages?
Of course. What makes the wine progress, and what is... we have a device in Chateau Kefraya, it's Semper Ultra. Semper Ultra meaning in Latin, always better, always higher. Lebanon is a very tiny country, so it has limited lands for vineyards. And if we don't focus on quality, we don't really exist on the international scale. That's why we are always progressing to and producing better and better wines. And every vintage is usually even better than the precedent, you see, with more interesting compositions, and benefiting also from new techniques of winemaking. We're always renovating our cellar every year. You know, we tend to find new ways to produce most qualitative wines. So 2 years ago, we made a huge investment of $10 million actually to renovate the whole cellar, and you can feel it in the 2009 vintages that are coming out soon. The techniques are really tremendous, it's up to the level, and people are noticing that progress in the wines actually.
Now, coming up next, since your chateau is based in Lebanon, you know,
yes,
and is there any worries in conjunction with your neighbor Syria, because there's always a civil war going on, and Lebanon recently has also faced some recent wars as well, in conflict with Israel. Has your chateau been affected in some ways with the production of your wines and so forth? And if so, has your Chateau Kefraya has taken steps to re-establish the winery, like such as do you have some form of stocks which you have kept somewhere, or land, additional land where you have actually still cultivating more wine elsewhere?
Listen, we live in Lebanon on a volcano. It's a very unstable situation all the time. The first bottle was launched in 1982. 1982 is in the middle of the Lebanese civil war. So should we have been worried about the situation, we would have never started. We know that we are in a region where there are political issues all the time. It's very unstable. We never know when this volcano is going to wake up. Still, we work. We have never missed any vintage.
Really?
Never.
Never?
Never. We hear there is a bomb somewhere, you know, in the morning, in the afternoon. We are in the office. You see what I mean? You cannot do anything else. The Lebanese people are known to always strive for working in spite of the situation. The situation is there, but we don't care. We just focus. We have this wine. We have certain deadlines to have this wine produced, and we always come out with a result.
Oh.
You see what I mean? Now, answering your question about a land where we would be cultivating grapes elsewhere, because we only use grapes from Kefraya, only. We never buy grapes from elsewhere, and the grapes are there in Kefraya and nowhere else. you know.
So even though if that supposedly if there's war again, and if your vineyard and God bless, touch wood, if it was burned down by a bomb or whatsoever, you will still replant, rebuild Kefraya's vineyard.
Of course, there is no doubt about it. In 2006, there was an airstrike, right? Still, the 2006 are there. The vintage exists, and life goes on, you know.
Okay. Now, moving forward, what is your chateau's future right now? Moving forward, is there going to be more developments and more awareness of your Chateau Kefraya's presence internationally? And do you have any plans here in Singapore that your wine will be noticed? On top of that, do you foresee more Lebanese restaurants opening up here in Singapore?
Certainly, but Lebanese restaurants are not the aim, are not the purpose. Lebanese restaurants are there, we are very happy about that because they spread the culture, and it's always fantastic to have a Lebanese wine with a Lebanese dish, you know? They come from the same land, the raw material comes from the same land, it's fantastic. But the purpose is, in every country where we start exporting, is to be in the international restaurants, in the local restaurants as well. Our wines combine very well with a lot of gastronomies, you know, different gastronomies. It's very polyvalent. At the same time, and to answer your question again, we are doing a lot of things beyond the wine to have Kefraya become popular and to have Kefraya become known worldwide. And it's about œnotourism. Œnotourism is the tourism of wine, œnotourism. And we are developing a whole circuit in Kefraya that can let the visitors spend the whole day not only tasting Lebanese wines and Kefraya wines, but really learn about the winemaking and visit a beautiful domain that is like a paradise. You should come to Kefraya to see. It's a paradise. It's a state in the state. You don't even feel yourself in Middle East. It's paradise. You know, it's a beautiful place where we have a whole educational circuit, a train that takes you on the vineyard, and you can visit the cellar. You can rest in beautiful parks. We have 6 parks that bear the names of opera composers. You have the Park Verdi, the Park Puccini, the Park Donizetti. Really, it's a place that you visit and that you never forget. And this is very important for us. The environment around the wine making is very important because it will make not only the wine famous, but the site, the domain famous, you see.
And what is your philosophy for Chateau or Kefraya's? What is your philosophy of the art of making wine?
Our philosophy is our slogan, actually. Our slogan says, un terroir, une âme, un grand vin. A terroir, a soul, a great wine. That means that you can do a great wine, but if you don't have a soul behind it, if you don't have an atmosphere behind it and some magic around it, it is a simple wine. You have wines everywhere, you see what I mean? But here you have a soul that is really present in this domain, and you have some. It's art, you know. Winemaking is art, and this is how we see it.
And coming up next, what are the kinds of criteria, or would you be able to name 3 criteria when you look for a partnership internationally? Because you're always constantly looking for partners to distribute your wine.
That's right.
So what will be the 3 main criteria that you look for?
I would, the 3 criteria I would look for to find a partner. I would, it's very important that the partner knows about Lebanon first, because the wine is from Lebanon, right? And it's very important to have some knowledge about Lebanon, to know what you are selling. You know, you're selling a country, you're not selling only wine, you're selling a culture. when you're selling wine. It's very important to know about the country. It's very important to be passionate. You don't sell a wine well if you don't like it, if you don't have the passion. And a third one would be simply to be able to recognize the work done behind it, because you have a whole team of 100 people working every day, you know, to produce those wines and to do something, to do the best they can. And it's very important to be knowledgeable about the wine as well, and not only sell a name, you know, but know about the quality we're selling and sell it with passion.
Now, speaking about passion and selling,
Yes.
Chateau Kefraya's brand and its quality. Are you looking for a partner that buys quantity or quality?
I will answer very straight: quality. I told you, Lebanon is a very small country.
Mm-hmm.
If we don't focus on quality, we don't exist. You know, it's a tiny point on the world map. You know, and our aim is to not to produce more, but to produce better. So as long as there is this perception of quality, it will work out. You see, it will always work out.
Moving forward, now that Lebanon is known for its quality,
Yes.
Especially Chateau Kefraya,
Because it doesn't have any choice. Quality is not an alternative. It's the only way, you know, for a small country like Lebanon. Yeah, volumes are limited actually.
Indeed. And so, what's the production like for Chateau Kefraya's production?
For Chateau Kefraya, the production is 1.8 million bottles per year.
That's all.
Yes, that's all, and it will never be more than that. But the wines will be better, you know, with time. And this is what we're looking for, actually.
And what sort of corks do you use? Do you use Portuguese corks?
We use natural corks. Yes,
okay.
most of them from Portugal, of course. And we give a very big importance to the packaging. The packaging is the first contact of a customer with a wine, right? It will touch his unconscious, right? He doesn't know the wine maybe yet. He doesn't see the wine even, but he sees the packaging, you know? And having a beautiful label, this one, for example, displays the Phoenicians, our ancestors, I was talking about them, that used to produce wine like long time ago. And having a beautiful package with a nice bottle and a cork that will preserve the quality of the wine is very important for us.
Now, where is this wine bottle itself made from?
France.
France, yeah.
Yes, I hope that one day all the raw material, all the packaging will come from Lebanon. But
is that in the making right now? Is Lebanon growing more?
We have started printing the labels now in Lebanon.
Okay.
Yes, because the quality is there for the labels. The bottles we are still waiting, you know, but we never take risks for that. There is a customer to satisfy, and we don't take any risk.
How about the wine barrels?
Yes.
Are they made from France?
They are French.
French.
They are only French, but coming from several suppliers.
Okay.
Yes.
And what kind of?
We don't only blend the varieties of grapes.
Yes.
We also blend the barrels.
Oh,
the
really?
barrels, even in one single wine, you have grape juice that has matured and fermented in different kinds of barrels.
Okay.
And this is also a source of richness.
Now, but what kind of barrels are you using right now? You mentioned that it's blends.
French.
Yes,
French coming from several suppliers.
Yes.
Yeah.
So in the wood itself, are you using oak or are you using
Oak.
Just oak.
Exclusively oak, yes. Yes, because it gives the best quality. Oak is the best wood, you know, for the wine. Yeah.
I understand. So do you age them?
We don't use cedar wood. No, because we preserve the cedars. Cedars are an element of the patrimony, you know. We are not going to cut trees to produce barrels, you know.
No problem. So moving forward, right now, Chateau Kefraya's presence internationally.
Yes.
You know, what is the secret of the success of making a real mark in now in 65 countries around the world. But what is the secret of success for Chateau Kefraya?
It's the secret of success is lies in the wine itself, in the packaging, you know, in the aesthetics of the bottle, and also in the passion that we are putting behind this. You know, a wine speaks by itself. After all, you have so many marketing ways. You know, you have so many ways to market a wine, but after all, the customer knows, the customer learns, and if the wine itself it doesn't taste well and doesn't give pleasure, the customer will not buy it again. So the secret, very simply, the secret is to have a good wine, a wine that will give pleasure, that will give a nice moment to the person, and it's the quality itself. Yeah.
Now you have witnessed Wine Fiesta 2012 as a success.
Yes.
On the first day.
That's right.
Tell me, what's your perception of the Asian flavor right now? Have you tried any Asian cuisine in Singapore and Asia yet?
Of course, I've tried the Asian cuisine. When you like wine, usually you're a good liver, and you have tasted all kinds of food imaginable, you know. And I'm an Asian cuisine lover, you know. I love that. I love not only sushi, but I love traditional dishes. And I spend my time in restaurants tasting new kinds of cuisine. And what we do is we try to produce wines that are polyvalent, you know, that can adapt to different cultures, to different kinds of tastes. And we anticipate that, you know. This bottle is not going to be drunk alone. The person will have a dish, you know, with it. And we always tend to bring a certain richness that will be compatible with dishes coming from all over the world, you know.
So, is there any one dish that you tried here in Singapore that goes well with your wines yet?
Here in Singapore, not yet, because I arrived this morning. But you can ask me the same question tomorrow, because I'm going to the restaurant next.
but before that, you were in Malaysia, right?
I was in Malaysia, yes.
So
yes.
Have you tried anything over there in Malaysia?
I tried a very nice type of noodles, of fried noodles in Penang.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes. It was really fantastic. I like Asian food, you know. Yeah. It's very rich. It's very generous, you know.
So it goes well with this wine.
Yes, if not this wine, maybe another wine of ours, you know. Every wine is for a certain moment. Sometimes they come, you know, during exhibitions, they ask me, what's the best wine, you know. I don't have a best wine. Every wine is for a certain occasion. Every wine dictates a moment, you know, is associated to a certain moment. We have, for example, a light wine that is called Les Bretèches. It's a vin de plaisir, it's a pleasure wine. It's a very fruity, very light, very very friendly wine, I would say, that you can open without any dish, you know. You have the Comte de M, that we need some gastronomy, you know, to accompany it. So every wine is for a particular moment.
What's your best compliment that you ever received today at the Wine Fiesta 2012? Have you met anyone who said to you?
Yes, the best compliment was, how can you manage to do that in such a messy country like Lebanon? I was so happy because this person understands that it's not always easy to produce wine in Lebanon. You always have news coming to your ears, and you have to focus, you have to keep concentrated, you know, on your job. It's not that easy, you know.
Well, was that a woman who told you that?
Yes. How do you know?
No. Once again, thank you for joining me. I'm Mr. Emil Dalani, you know, for, here at the National Critics' Choice. And folks, for those of you who are wondering where you can get hold of some good Lebanese wine nearby your store.
Very simple. Straits Wine.
It's
the name of the company. It's our representative.
Yes.
This company does it really with a lot of love, you know, for the product, and it cares a lot about it. And you can simply contact Straits Wine.
That's right.
and this is where the wine is waiting for you.
That's right, Straits Wine. And if not, you can also check out their website for more information at www.chateaukefraya.com, and
That's
that
right.
is CHATEAUKEFRAYA.com. And once again, I'm Robin Steinberg. Thank you for joining me here at the National Critics' Choice, the Steinberg Review.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
Was it good?
Yeah, that was good. What do you think? It's good?
Yes, I think it was good.
Yeah.
Of course, you have to cut some parts, but
Yes, yeah,
I
that-
think that
that-
it